Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury here, and today, guys, I want to talk about the worst test drive, actually the worst BMW test drive of my life. And for those of you who don't know, and I don't know why you don't know, because I've had so many videos I've made about my BMW. I've got a BMW 2021 G20, that's the model designation. I've got a 330i. It's a four-cylinder ICE, internal combustion engine, no battery assistance. And I've had it I got it in February 2022. So I've had it for 2 years, and so what's it now? We're in June, March, April, May. It was 2 years, 3 months when I decided to go for a test drive of a possible replacement, as you do. And a good friend of mine, Dave, the super collector. Dave's the guy. Quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing a Breguet Type 20. Dave is the guy who sold me my Breguet Type 20. But I digress. Anyhow, he recently got a BMW i4 35, and I thought, you know what? I met him in Sydney to pick up my paddock world time, and I thought, you know, fuck, I'd actually like to have a drive of an i4. And I didn't want to ask him. I don't want to ask a friend, can I drive your car? So I thought, fuck it, I rang a dealer. I didn't want to ring the dealer I got my car from. I decided I'll try another dealer. I like to have a couple dealers up my sleeve. I'm not going to name the dealer in this video. Well, I can. It doesn't really matter. But I want to tell the story. It's not a story of vengeance or fuck you. This is a story. I just thought it was a really lousy test drive. I don't want to share it with the audience. I don't want to name and shame. I don't want to shame the guilty. I just want to tell the story. So anyhow, I rang up the dealer and said, hey, I'd like to test. Actually, originally I wanted to test drive a 5 Series. They never had one in fucking stock. Okay, fair enough. Okay. He's emailed me back and forth. You know, once you get on their list, they always stay in touch. And I said, actually, I wouldn't mind test driving an i4, because they had a new model that came out, the i4 35, which was they'd actually dropped the price substantially from the electric i4. I think it was an i4 40. So it was kind of it was at a really keen price. It's about 95,000 Australian dollars. And I said, hey, I wouldn't mind test driving one of those. And I was on my way to Hong Kong. I said, hey, I'll be back in a few weeks. Let's if you're convenient, I'll have a test drive. So I did. I came back, and I was actually a bit run down. So I said, hey, can we make it another day? We postponed it another day. And then I went into the dealership, and lo and behold, the salesman is fucking 20 minutes late. I went there half an hour early because I wanted to have a look around the yard. You know, I like looking at their secondhand, have a look around the shop. I've never been to this particular dealer before, but it did piss me off. 20 minutes, I was just about to walk out, and I thought, geez, what the hell's going on? And he finally turns up. I thought, okay. And I came for a test drive. I want to test drive the fucking thing. I felt like saying to him, do I have a go at you and tell you, just fuck off? Or I thought, let's just go for a test drive. So he's already put me into a bit of a bad mood. 20 fucking minutes late. And we went for a drive in the i4 35. It was nice. It's nice. It was a nice, it's a bit different to an internal combustion car. The layout's pretty similar. BMW sort of standardizes the controls and that. So we went for a drive, went on the highway, went on the roads. It's a nice enough car. I can't say the car is shit. It's a nice enough car. And he goes, do you want to talk? I said, well, of course, I want to know, what does it cost? If I wanted one of these today, what does it cost? So we go inside and have a sit down, and we just start chatting. He goes, very sneaky how they do the trade. So you can see my car at the top there. Very sneaky how they discuss the value of my car. Instead of getting a valuer to look at it and say, hey, your car's worth X dollars, we go on, he goes onto some car selling websites and says, oh, your car should be worth, he gives me a guesstimate. He said, how many Ks, what year? So mine is a 2021. It's a BMW G20 330i. It's got 41,000 kilometers on it at the time. It's M Sport. It's got the sunroof, and it's a nice combination. And he basically said to me, okay, this is the deal, da 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 da. And I don't know how the pricing works, because he starts slashing thousands off. Whenever, I ask you the price, just give me the price. I don't need you to make it seem like you're giving me, you're not my best mate. You're not my, they try and make it matey. They're your best friend. I mean, you're in business. I'm in business. I'm a businessman. And that's basically, that's what we do. That's what we do. So I said, he goes, how do you like the car? Yeah. We're talking. And he goes, oh, we don't sell Chinese cars. I said, hang on a minute there. He said, we don't sell Chinese cars here. I said, hang on a minute. I've just come from Shenzhen. You guys you got a big plant in China. And he took the back step. I mean, if you're going to criticize a country, get your facts straight, sunshine, because you guys have got a huge plant in China. He goes, we don't sell Chinese cars here. And I said, well, hang on a minute. I said, if you want to be totally honest, my BMW is made in Mexico. I said, I don't think it really matters whether my car's Mexican or Chinese. It's not, I would prefer German, but that's not the case. So that kind of pissed me off. He says to me, Mike, he says, we don't sell Chinese. Well, hang on a minute. You got a big plant in China. What the fuck are you talking about? Then he starts saying to me, then he goes, okay. I said, well, how about, I said, I'd like it. We start talking about the car. I said, is that a real leather interior or it's pleather, the fake leather? He goes, oh, it's environmentally friendly. I said, what the fuck? And he says, oh, no, for the EV type, they like to have, I said, well, that got me pissed off as well, because the reality is leather is a byproduct of the meat industry. If you didn't use leather in lounge suites or cars, the carcasses, the skins, instead of going to the tannery, they'd go for landfill. So wouldn't Jesus prefer that we get some joy out of the leather instead of putting it into landfill? But that kind of pissed me off. And that's okay, it's okay. So then we start talking about the price. He goes, well, okay, how much, we start talking about my car. So my car itself, when I bought my car, the full retail was 91,000. I bought it as a demonstrator. So it was registered October 21, and I bought it February 22, 9th of February 2022. So early February 22. And it had 4,170 kilometers on the vehicle when I bought it. It was a demonstrator. And I paid 81,000 with I got tinting on it, and it had a 5-year service pack. It's where they do the servicing on the car. 5-year, 80,000 kilometer service pack. And we start looking at the numbers. He goes, oh, well, your car is worth, he didn't, what really pissed me off is he doesn't have a value or look at it. He just goes on some cars. I don't even know this fucking car selling site. He goes, oh, we would probably pay low 40s. I'm thinking, fuck. $81,000 car that I paid, well, it was $91,000. I paid $81,000. It's suddenly worth $42,000. Fuck. And then he says, well, this car here, we've got some deals and incentives, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking to myself, fuck, it's just not a good deal. And I explained this to him. I said, hey, I don't think this is a really good deal. I've lost so much money. And he kind of, you know, he just, instead of saying to me, you know, sir, you're right. It's not a good time for you to sell. You keep your car. It's beautiful. I said to him, to a normal person seeing my car, the blue one there, or a brand new i4, they would say they're both BMWs, both newish BMWs. What difference would it make? And that's exactly what I said to him. I said to him, hey. And it was kind of, I was kind of with the whole thing there. He always comes up. I mean, I like people to be straightforward with me. I don't want smoke screens and bullshit. And he says, oh, I'll see what we can do, this and do that. And I said, okay, fair. Well, I said, the deal doesn't seem very good to me. That's what I said to him. And I said, look, I think that's enough. Okay, thanks for the time. And he says to me, oh, I'd like to introduce you to the sales manager, the general manager and sales manager. I said, oh, I don't need to meet him. I don't need to meet anyone. He goes, no, I'd like to introduce you. I don't know why I even let him do that, but he goes, oh, I'll be a minute. A minute turned into about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. He comes back with this dude. And he goes, I'm so-and-so. He gives me his bloody card. And he says, I'm going to give you an extra $5,000 off because my friend, my colleague was 20 minutes late. I'm going to give you $5,000 extra off. I'm thinking, this is fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. I said, smoke and mirrors, you know. You haven't finalized my trade-in value. You're going to cut it from one end and add it to the front. I mean, come on. I wasn't fucking born yesterday. You're not my fucking best mate. You're not my best friend. You're not going to do a deal for me. I mean, I understand you're a commercial business. You need to make money. I need to make money. And he said, I'll give you $5,000, extra $5,000. And it turned out with the i4, they had a deal if I financed it through BMW Australia. A demonstrator i4, a white demonstrator i4, it was going to cost me $75,000. And I'm okay. Well, let me have a think about it. I mean, enough. And you know what pisses me off is when someone gives me a product and they try and give me all these fucking discounts because they're my best mate. You're not my fucking best mate. You're not my friend. Okay, you don't necessarily hate me, but come on, let's not play this bullshit game. It's just very low rent, okay? It's very low rent. So that was how we left it. I left it and I thought, I said to him, he goes, are you ready? I said, mate, you were 20 minutes late. I said, I don't buy products from somebody who's 20 fucking minutes late. I didn't actually swear, I don't think. I said, mate, you're 20 minutes late. I'm not going to buy a product from you if you're 20 fucking minutes late or 20 minutes late. So I left it at that. I thought, just leave it at that. Leave it at that. I had a drive. What did I think of the car? It was a nice car to drive. Is it worth 40,000 bucks more than my car? No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. With the deal as it stood, I'd have to be an idiot to get out of my car. Keep it a bit more. There's no incentive or rush to change cars. So I said, okay, it's okay. So that was the test drive. So this is part one. I'm going to make part two, and you can see how this turned really fucking ugly, and it became a really awful experience. So this is part one. I didn't leave in a bad situation. I thought everything was pretty cool. Everything was okay. I had a test drive. It was a nice car. I'm still a bit pissed off. They were 20 minutes late for an appointment. Very sloppy, very shitty. But it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. So this is part one. Come tomorrow, I'll tell you part two. And we'll tell you how this thing turns into the worst fucking experience, worst fucking test drive of my life. Thank you. Thank you.